is out in 3 weeks.
It's out on April 2nd.
You can pre-order it.
And everyone should pre-order it now. And I say that, and I know it's kind of annoying because it doesn't get here right away. But the pre-orders are the only thing the publishing industry cares about. It's the only thing the New York Times bestseller list pays attention to. And so we have to ask people to pre-order all the time. Okay. Otherwise, we don't get on the lists. The politics of it are so stupid and ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so over the politics of publishing. But yeah, so pre-order it, and then you're gonna forget that you pre-ordered it too, and then it's gonna come, and it's gonna be a surprise. It's gonna be like a present to yourself.
Oh my God. Yeah. So are you doing, what's your plans look like leading up to that? I'm sure you're extremely busy.
It's a lot. I'm recording about 4 podcasts a day. We have a book launch in Brooklyn at Books Are Magic, Emma Straub's bookstore, which I love. And then we're back here. We're at the Philadelphia Chestnut Street Barnes & Noble on April 4th. Everyone should come to that. It's going to be a big party. I'm going to be making
cannoli. And this is perfect because you're local and literally everybody listening, or even if they're staying here, they can go to that.
Well, you should do an outing for all the people staying here. Come into the city because I'm going to be making cannoli at the book event, and then we're going to have a lot of wine and go dancing.
I could do that. I can set up a driver for them.
Set up a driver for them. Yeah, we're gonna make it
April 4th.
April 4th, Thursday.
I'll have to get all that info from you.
And then I'm on tour. I'm going to Nashville.
Oh, but I just got back from there.
I love Nashville. Yeah. My best friend's in Nashville.
So clean. The food was so good, and everybody was so nice compared to Philly. I was like, "What's going on? Why is everybody saying hi to me?
Why are you so nice to me? I don't like it." Mm-hmm. And but then there's a wrinkle in my book tour because there's a solar eclipse.
Yes, I saw that. Mm-hmm.
The Monday after the book comes out, and I've been promising my husband we would go somewhere to see it for the past 7 years. We went to Eastern Oregon to go see the last one with a 7-week-old baby. So we're going to Cleveland to take all of our kids to go see an eclipse of the sun. And I'll be doing a book event in Cleveland with the Italian American Society.
So did you just set that up?
I set that up because I have to go to the solar eclipse. So I called.
Very smart.
Yeah, I called a bookstore in Cleveland, and I called all of the Italians there, and I was like, so we'll be here. And then we have about 10 more stops after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what does that feel like? Like, do you just feel so cool when you're on a book tour and you're signing like your autograph or signing your own book that you published? Like, that's cool.
I love that you asked it because yes, it feels super cool. Like, I love it so much in the moment. Planning it, I'm so exhausted.
Well, that's a different story.
Thinking about getting to that point, I'm like, oh my God, how am I gonna do this? But the moment, I'm like, oh my God, people are reading words that I wrote. And like,
that's cool.
That's wild.
I think
completely
that's like when you don't feel like going to a party and then you get there and it's fun. I do that with so much of my life. I never want to go to the party. I never want to go.
I never want to have sex with my husband. And then once I'm doing it, I'm like, this is nice.
This is nice.
I like you.
I like you.
There's a reason we had 3 kids.
Yes.
But like leading up to it, I'm like, I'm so tired.
I know.
Yeah.
It's always fun in the moment, though.
It's always fun in the moment. It's so much better in the moment than the anticipation of it.
That is so funny.
But I love this novel. I mean, this is my favorite book that I've ever written.
You can tell that you're really passionate about it, which I appreciate.
I think so.
Like, it's really exuding from you.
Yeah.
Like, it is.
I love it. I think
which makes me want to read it even more.
I
know. Your passion, it comes... I feel like that's really gonna... I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but come
just
through
like
to
get people so excited.
Yeah.
And... So my best friend was reading it while we were in Sicily together.
I mean,
my best friend just came with me. So I'm like, I have to go on this work trip. I have to solve this murder. And she's like, well, I'm not doing anything right now, so I'm going to come. She hasn't left the country in forever. She's also got 3 daughters. And she's like, yeah, I'm just going to join you. And I'm like, okay, cool. So she was along for the ride. I did all the driving, and driving in Sicily is bananas. But she was reading it in real time, like next to me. And like just like laughing out loud and loving it.
I mean, how amazing is that?
It was so fun.
Thinking about
it was so fun. And we're like in bed together, and she's reading it. I'm taking these pictures, and she's like, "Don't you post those pictures?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I already did." And we were eating all the food that was mentioned in the book while she's reading the book. So I mean, this book is gonna make you want to go to Sicily. So that's dangerous. Because like you're gonna book a trip, you're gonna read it, and then you're gonna drink some wine.
It should come with like a fake airplane ticket as a bookmark.
With a warning.
Or a warning.
Or a warning label.
Yeah.
A warning label. Like,
love a warning label.
Warning, you're gonna spend $1,000 on a plane ticket.
We're gonna charge it to you.
But you know what? Actually, I love the idea. I'm gonna design a bookmark that's a plane ticket to Sicily.
You really should.
Yeah. Done.
Or like a recipe card for one of the.
That's
what we'll do. Okay,
yes.
so I started the subscription book club. So with this box,
Yeah.
I should do.
I have the recipes for you. I have 3 recipes for you that are in the book, and we'll
Perfect.
give them with the box.
Perfect.
Done.
I would be so happy if I sent
We're doing-
myself that box.
100%, right?
Yeah.
Yes, all of the things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! And who did your cover? I mean, it's very.
Oh my gosh.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Let's look at it. They did it in-house at Dutton.
The colors.
My publisher. The colors are perfect. It is, this is Palermo. It's the,
Let's set it. Let's.
yeah, set it up.
I
Let's
can
set it up
see
so people can look at it. That's Palermo. It's the Quattro Conti in Palermo, which is like the old town, the 4 corners. Here's a funny story about the cover, okay?
Yes.
So we had the cover. It's perfect. We've got a woman leaning out one of these windows. Last summer, I go to Sicily. I go to the Quattro Conti, and I'm like, I go inside the church that she's leaning out of, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you can't get to that window. So I'm like, I'm gonna change the text inside the book to have there be a ladder that she climbs up and leans out the window, because I will not allow it to be textually inaccurate.
I love it.
Yeah, and it totally
It's
worked.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Also, your name just looks really cool on it too.
It all looks cool.
I mean, yeah, it really does.
And I love the side of it. The side is kind of like cloudy, and
I love this.
I mean, everything about Sicily is weird
I think this book
and
is
beautiful.
magical.
It's magical.
I can tell. I can tell.
Yeah, it has magic.
I can.
And one of the storylines, like one of the reasons that my family thinks that my great-great-grandmother Lorenza was murdered is because they believe that she was a Sicilian witch.
Yeah, duh.
Duh. And I'm like, I'm totally also
Of course she was.
I'm also
Yeah.
a Sicilian witch. And
Yeah.
so we have some Sicilian witchery
I
in
want to hear
the
all
book.
about it.
Yes. Serafina, our character in the past, may or may not become a witch and a healer. And she gets into a lot of trouble. There's a lot of danger being a woman with power.
Yeah.
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 In the early 20th century in Sicily.
Oh my god. What does your family think about the book?
It's so interesting because, again, it's a novel, it's fiction, and my family like doesn't accept that. So my mom's reading it and she's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
is this me? And I'm like, no, it is fiction. It is a novel. It is not based
I
on
could
our
just
family.
hear-
And she's
yeah.
like, is that it, Rosie? And I'm like, nope, it is not.
She's like, this isn't true.
This is, and I'm like, no, it's not true because it is fiction. And then with the podcast, with trying to discover
Right,
who
the-
actually killed
yeah.
Lorenza, some of my family members really don't like it. They're like, are you opening a vendetta? Like, why are you investigating this? And I'm
We
like,
had another author come who wrote a historic fiction about a family drama, family
Yeah.
history, and they're not the happiest.
my
about it
family's
either.
not psyched. They're not
Well,
that
that's
psyched.
because old
Yeah.
school Italians, it's like
Well,
you
I
don't
think
talk about it
you
and
don't
you stuff
talk
it down.
about
And
it.
why would you ever talk about your
Yes.
family like this? A murder.
A murder.
Yeah.
Well, but they love to talk about it. That's the funny thing. Like, they love the story. And I think they're both excited, and then they like to seem like they don't love it. And I'm like, you're gonna love it when it's out there, and you get to
Right.
be like, oh my god, look at this story.
Yeah.
Based on our family.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they think.
Oh
We'll
my
see what
God.
they think about what I found out. So
Oh, so do they not know yet?
I haven't told them.
Ah.
I just got back last night.
Right.
But I haven't told them some of the things I learned, and it definitely contradicts the things they believe. And I don't know if they'll like that, because I think they love their story.
Yeah, I mean, it's
And
been
I
their story
don't-
for so long.
I know, but in order to like make that a little easier for them, you know that loophole where you can get Italian citizenship?
Yes,
If
I do.
your
Yes.
grandparents
My
came
mom has
over
been
at some
trying to.
time.
Yeah.
Well, I know someone who can help her if she wants some help.
Yes.
Because there's a great researcher over there who's helping us, and she can make it so easy.
Yeah,
for your
she
mom.
started the whole thing, and then
Yeah.
some roadblock came up. I don't.
It
even know
always
what
comes
it
up.
was.
This woman is so good.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got all the documents that like all my cousins need, and I got them stamped and signed and all the things. So I'm like, you can't be mad at me because I'm getting you Italian citizenship. You might hate the podcast. Here's your passport.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I need that info definitely.
Talk to Laura Lee.
That's
she has a
awesome.
company called Digging Up Roots in the Boot. And she is the one who helped me find all these documents about the murder. But then she also is helping people get Italian citizenship.
This is so wild. What a fun life you live.
It's really fun.
I mean, what
Yeah.
the hell? You were just in Sicily solving a family murder
Solving
for
a
your
just-
book that's going to be released in 3 weeks that
Just
you wrote.
solving a family
Come on,
murder.
that's
Yeah.
the best.
It's pretty cool.
That's
it's
so
actually
cool.
it's actually pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
god. So I always ask people this, like, were you just born with this that you had to write and you had these stories in your, or when did you start?
Yes. So I always loved telling stories. I love being a storyteller. I went to Penn and decided I wanted to be an investment banker because that's what they tell you should do at Penn. And so here, I'm going to turn my phone on silent because I just realized that it's not on silent. So I went to Penn and I'm like, oh my God, I'll be an investment banker, and hated it. I was an economics.
Can't see you doing that.
No, I was an economics major, and I started writing for the student newspaper, the Daily Pennsylvanian, which is amazing. Loved doing that, and then interned at the New York Times in their trend bureau, right after 9/11, and so loved it. Got the journalism bug. Went to Columbia.
Wow.
Wanted to keep writing for the Times. They're like, oh no, you should go to a small newspaper like in the middle of the country. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'd prefer to stay here. And the only job I could get in New York was a gossip column assistant.
Nice.
At the New York Daily News, which was the best job to have.
That's so fun.
Be in your 20s in New York City. They're like,
Yeah.
come to this movie premiere and stay up all night and like smoke cigarettes and bungalow 8 with a bunch of celebrities.
Oh
and,
my
like,
God.
great. And it made me an amazing reporter because reporting on celebrities is not easy.
Huh.
So I can report on anything. Like I started covering politics after that, like covering business, because if you can like crack a celebrity story, you can pretty much crack anything.
Wow.
And now
Can you
know,
crack the Kate Middleton situation?
I have thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if I were over in London right now, I'd totally solve that.
Yeah, we need to send you there.
But just send me to London. I've got time.
Where is she?
Oh my God! I have to show you. The British cover of this book is gorgeous. So I'll be going over there for the UK launch.
When are you going?
I think
I'll be there in April 13th to the 20th.
I think I go right after
Oh,
that.
dang it.
I know. Because I don't think we come out till.
Ooh, will I be able to buy the?
I don't know where. I'll check our release
Okay.
date. You might.
That would be cool.
Yeah, because the British cover is beautiful.
Oh.
We've sold a bunch of international rights, and so like those covers are amazing. They're just like gonzo pretty. And yeah, so I was a gossip columnist for a long time, and then I was a travel journalist, and I went back to running like trashy gossip magazines. I ran In Touch and Life and Style's news departments for a long time. It was funny because I was just listening to all the Academy Award news while I was driving out here. We didn't watch, obviously. Like we have 3 kids. We're in bed by 8:30. But it brought back some nice memories because I've been to the Oscars, I've been to the Emmys, the Grammys, all these things, and I knew I wanted to write books. So I just started.
Yeah, you just started, right?
And that's my best advice to people that are like, I want to write a book, but I don't have time.
Do it.
No, you just start.
Right.
Like sit down and be like, I'm going to write 500 words a day for an entire month. And then you have like a good portion of a book. But more importantly, you know if you like it. Like a lot of people think that writing is so
And then they go to
romantic
do it, and
and they
they're
go to do
like,
it and it's terrible. And so if you can do it every single day, you know. But just get it done.
So what year did you start writing? Like for your books?
It was 2008.
Wow, so it's been a while.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2008, 2009-ish, and then it's been about a book a year since then. Both
That's
fiction.
a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of stories in your head. Are you tired?
Kind of.
How do you? I mean, because I feel I get the way that I am.
Yeah.
I get obsessed.
Yeah.
And I can't stop until I have to do the thing. For this hotel, I had to do this thing.
Yeah.
And it didn't really feel like work. I just had to get it out.
You had to get it out.
You know?
Yeah. No, but that's the thing. I have to get it out.
You have to get it out.
Once it's in my head, I have to get going and do it, and then I do it, and then I'm obsessed with it, and so. Yeah.
I mean, this is worth being obsessed with.
This is worth being obsessed with. It's so good. It's so good. But
we're lucky. We're so lucky.
You're
to
so.
have
I
this.
know. I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited. But I mean, I'm a little tired. I have 3 kids under the age of 6. So
I mean,
yeah, they've been a lot. And
it's
I started
nice for people to
reading-
hear though, because I think women have to hear that you can do this.
You can totally do this. And young women come up to me at events all the time, and they're like, "Thank you for showing me that you can be a mom and also do this."
Yes.
And like because. You know, I take both really seriously, and I'm with my kids a lot. I do have full-time help. We have an au pair who lives in our house, and I'm like super honest about that.
Right.
We have had an au pair for 4 years now. A new wonderful young woman is joining us in like 2 weeks, and we're very excited because au pairs can't be in the country for that long. We moved back to Philadelphia from San Francisco so I can be close to my mom. She takes my big kids every Friday night, so we only have the baby.
Nice. So you have help. That's good.
We have help.
You need help.
I have all of the help, and my big kids are in school all day. So like I couldn't do this without help.
How old are the big kids?
6 and 4.
Nice. Oh, that's right. You told me that.
6'4", and there's a baby who's 1. She was a surprise.
What's her name?
Eliza.
Oh.
Yeah, she's named after Elton John because I got pregnant after an Elton John concert in Fargo, North Dakota.
Beautiful.
Yeah. That was a surprise.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So how did you build your social media? Like, are you in charge of that? Do you do all that? Because I know that that's a whole other job, and that's always a question for people because you have to have that.
You have to have it.
Yeah.
I do it all myself.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think, the audience knows too if you're not doing it yourself.
They do know.
And if it's not authentic.
Yes.
And so I think it's very important to do it.
I was going to say
yourself.
authentic. That's the key.
And I have a podcast about influencers. Under the Influence, I talk about influencers all the time. Social media is media now. That is how people consume news and information. So
it is media. Yeah,
it is
that's a good point.
Like the most important thing in terms of media that we could be talking about. But yeah, I do it all myself, which that does exhaust me. So I can write books all day long. Selling books makes me very, very tired. Like having to
Yeah, you're in sales. Yeah.
I love to talk to readers, but finding new readers, acquiring new readers, which is a business, I don't like that part. I'm very honest about not liking it, and it exhausts me.
Yes.
But I do it, and I've become very good at it.
Right.
And yet, I wish that I did not have to.
I know. I hear you. With real estate, I get it.
With real estate,
I always
it's the
have
same
to find
thing.
a new person.
Books are a business. And I think for a long time, the publishing industry hasn't thought about them like that. They're like, but books are a beautiful thing, and readers should just find a book. And I'm like, you have to think about a book like any other good.
Right.
How can people discover it? How can they get excited about it? And then how can they acquire it?
Well, we're excited about this.
I know.
I'm very excited about this.
I know. I'm very excited.
I haven't been excited about a book in a long time. So this
good.
is awesome.
So we're getting you it. Well, also,
Yeah.
so many people are reading it now, and they're telling me, because we have advanced readers, people are telling me that it's getting them out of a reading slump.
Yeah.
Which, and I think it's easy to get into a reading slump.
It's so easy. It's so easy.
Again, because this is fast. It's fast-paced and fun. But as my best friend said when she was reading it, she's like, you don't feel stupid. Like, you read a lot of books now, and you're like, I feel really dumb. I'm enjoying this.
I started one last night, and I was like, I can't do this right now.
I feel fucking dumb reading this book. She's like, so I'm having fun, but I don't feel dumb.
I can't wait.
When I read it.
Do you have another one started?
I do. I have another one that is set in Paris, actually. So my goal, I've written so many different kinds of books, and what I want to write now in my middle age, I'm 43, I started reading very late, is I want to write adventurous novels set in exciting travel destinations, again, where you learn something and it's fun, but it also transports you to another place. So my next one is set, also all my books will be set in Philadelphia. I will never write a book set anywhere but Philadelphia. So it's Philadelphia, Paris, and Amsterdam. Yeah, but I've also been writing, so because I have this podcast about social media, I've been talking a lot about trad wives, hashtag traditional wives on Instagram. And I'm writing a trad wife murder mystery right now.
People are gonna love that.
In installments, and I've been releasing it on my newsletter, and people are really eating it up.
Wow.
So it's partially satire about influencer culture.
Yeah.
But then also just a fun, twisty, turny murder mystery.
This is all great.
It's all fun.
You really have me hooked.
Good. Oh,
yeah.
Good.
I'm ready.
That's the goal.
I cannot wait. We have to read this in the book club for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no, your book club is doing this. They're already signed on to this.
Yeah.
They've got to order the book right now, and then I'm going to come and make them cannoli.
Yeah, I'm going to get them. We have 15 people in it. Yeah, and we meet here quarterly.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
So this will be the next box. I just sent them everybody their box. Some I dropped off.
Okay.
But
great.
I'm creeping around their houses. Here's your
box.
box.
Good. Yes, let's get them the box. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll do them all personalized too. So, yeah, order the books. Make sure to get the order in before April 2nd.
I'll do it today.
Do it today.
I'm going to do it.
Order it right now, and then I'll come out for my staycation, and I'll personalize all of them.
Okay.
Done.
And we'll do cannolis?
And I'll come make cannoli with you guys. Perfect.
Thank you so much for coming out today.
That was
awesome.
Thank you.
So awesome. Cheers. Cheers to the Sicilian inheritance.
To the Sicilian inheritance.
Yeah.